wash me out.
Yeah, we'll take it back down if it does. I think you have great color today.
Today? I was taking my glasses off because you could see the glare. I just want to see for this show. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
All right. Man. You ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, guys, what is going on Instagram? Hello. Welcome to Freestyle Friday. Facebook, what is going on? I'm one of your hosts here. I am Kadimah.
And I'm Emily.
And guys, we're going to break down real quick here. We want to talk about an event that we hold here 3 times a year at the gym. So I would say every trimester?
Yeah, it's not a quarter.
Did
you just make that up?
No, I mean, I think it's a thing, but
I don't know.
It just sounded funny the way I said it. Okay. So every trimester we do what we call test week. In test week, this is an opportunity for our members to test their fitness, test how much progress they made, and just to get to see the fruits of their hard work. It's also just a good time to celebrate and enjoy exercise for exercise sake. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, at the end of the week, and we'll talk about that kind of what we do in that process a little bit more.
Plus, you get an extra 30-minute break.
That's right.
Everyone's like, we get an extra 30 minutes of sleep.
That's
or
right.
We get home 30 minutes early.
So, all right. So test week. What is it? It is a week where we test certain strengths and conditioning movements within the time frame of a week. We have 5 tests over that week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there is a test every single day. Some of them are 1-rep max tests. Yeah. Some of them are conditioning related tests. The class setup in that is every 30 minutes. So 30 minutes is all the workout is for that day. That includes your warm-up and the actual workout time. And so we do them in half-hour blocks, but they're in the same time as your class times. So you don't really have to change anything. You just have to make sure that you register for the time frame that you're registering, because we only allow a certain amount of people that are going to test effectively during that time.
So, Kadimah?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do we test?
So we test for a multitude of reasons. One of them is you get to see your progress over time. So meaning you've done 3 months or 4 months, 4 months of work here, and the consistency or lack of consistency, whatever it is, we get to see how much you've improved over that amount of time. So that's one of them, right? You get to see your own progress. 2, we get to test as coaches how effective our programming is. So what we do is we test a lot of workouts. We write and we test and we write. We do it all over again and over again and over again. What is up, Rob?
So therefore, we're not just writing a whole bunch of rando workouts.
That is correct.
They actually have purpose behind them all.
That is correct. Not a bunch of rando. Yeah. Some legit thinking and thought process goes through this. And then once we do that, we also get the other thing that we do in test week is we get to see you win. We get to see you guys be successful, and honestly, you have to have. I would say that's one of the biggest reasons I'm here. It's because I want to see people
progress.
win. I want to see people win.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I definitely think it's seeing our members happy. You know, like as a coach, personally, one of my favorite things to do is day in and day out. Like I'll put Sherry. I'm gonna put her on the pedestal. Okay. The other day, she has never done box step-ups with weights. And I'm like, hey, let's try it. The worst that happens, you fail. She finished every single round, did them with weight, and she was like, thank you, you know? And so it kind of puts it puts like a victory on your back of like, this is good for me. You know, I'm getting better. Even though I'm getting older, I'm still getting better.
Heck yeah.
And so it's small little victories like that we get to see. That's our favorite part of coaching.
For sure. I would even say, like, another example of this would be another member who is in his 60s, and the last time we did our testing, he PR'd he set a new personal record for himself on his deadlift. And, you know, he's been doing this for 10 plus years.
He used to be competitive, too.
He used to be competitive.
Yeah, I think I know we're talking about the same person.
That's right.
1, 2, 3, Shane.
So he's continued to improve, right? And we're probably spending about 2 to 3 hours a week in the gym, and that is good for us because it means that even somebody who has been doing this a long time, it can still continue to see results. And the reason why we say that it's such a big deal is because the longer you've been doing exercise like this, over time, your amount of returns diminish. So when you first started, it was like, man, I'm stronger every week.
Yeah.
I
look more attractive in these shirts.
Exactly.
these are filling out.
Yes, and unfortunately, sorry to give you bad news, but it does slow down a bit.
Yeah.
So
newbie gains are called newbie gains because.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're
newbies.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Once you do this enough time, the gains start to slow down. Doesn't mean they can't come though, because clearly,
Preach, girl.
they're still coming after.
Throw down the gospel.
Whatever time Shane has been training for. For me, that's really cool though, to see someone who comes from a competitive area.
Yep.
His joints are probably not as
Shane, we love you.
as lubricated as a 25-year-old.
Shane, we love you.
But he's still hitting PRs. So.
All right. What else is in test week?
Let's see. So at the end of it is my favorite. We get to party. Do you like to party?
Yeah, I like to party.
No, you
No, you don't like to party.
Shout out Chelsea if you're watching at all. So the party at the end of the celebration is kind of just like a celebrate the victory of like, hey, look, we ask you guys to come in for a whole week, and truly in those 30-minute increments, you're like, sweet, it's only 30 minutes, but we ask you guys to go hard, and so
real hard.
The intensity for that whole week is way higher than you would typically bring it, and so the end of the week is the celebration of like, sweet, we don't have to see this for another 4 months. That's really what it is.
It's also just cool because you get to see people break through plateaus mentally, physically. You get to see people push themselves to a place they haven't been. We don't do this very often because it's tough. It's very, very tough. We like the practicing over the last couple months, and then you have a big breakthrough at the end of things that you didn't think were accomplishable. You get to do those things.
I think the really good thing with test week 2 is, a lot of times people want to see like change from day to day, and they don't really see man, like I don't see any progress. Why? It's kind of like what you look at yourself in the mirror every single day, and if you're trying to lose weight, you're like, I see nothing, and then you compare it to like 4 months ago when you had first started trying to lose weight, and you're like, I cannot believe I looked like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you do the test week, and you're like, let's say you hit a 200-pound PR like the last 4 months ago, and on a back squat, and now you're hitting 200 for 5 reps. You don't look at it at that very moment. You're like, man, I feel like I should be going heavy. Like, why am I not lifting heavier? And then you get boom to test week, and you're like, I just hit a 15-pound PR on my back squat.
Yeah,
so that's really the main the purpose of it, is that mediocre changes or micro changes you might not see day to day, but it's training is a total it's a lifestyle. It's not a, hey, I'm gonna do this for a year and then I'm gonna just sit on the couch for the next year and then maybe I'll come back. It's like you should be doing it every single day. So
we love it. And then at the end of the week, what happens at the end of the week? We talked about the party. Tell them about the party. What happens in the party?
So it's a partner workout. We are going to end the long week of brutal intensity fun workouts with another long workout. We love you. Y'all are doing awesome. So it's a partner workout, which we don't do much often anymore. So it's a good time to hang out with friends. And then there's a DJ, because who doesn't like to get turned while you're working out? Maddie, what is his name? Maddie
Blake.
He turns up. I can't even lie. He turns up, and he also has yoga music. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
So towards the end of last test week, I was going to put on yoga music like through Sonos in case he's like, dude, we have a DJ. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. And then we have some vendors. So last week, Casey, and her name was Glory, I believe.
Yeah, Glory.
They were on from My Labs Direct, which is a blood paneling system. So if you want to get your blood taken, Kadimah can get into the details of
so
what
here's
she
some of the
does.
tests. They're going to go over blood type, heart health, immune health, thyroid health, men's complete wellness, and we look at that as complete wellness would be testosterone, other hormone health, as well as blood pressure, risk for cardiovascular disease, basic nutrition and lifestyle risk. Like it tells you kind of what your lifestyle risk is based upon how you're living right now. And then you'll have women's hormone health, women's complete wellness, everything from bones to eyes, etc. COVID antibody, if you have them or if you don't have them. And so they all do all those tests through blood. And so they'll be on site here that day after you've done worked out and you've cooled down, etc. They're doing panels and tests that day. So it's pretty cool to do that. Other thing is we have Restore Wellness and Cryotherapy in Colleyville, right next to Whole Foods. They are awesome. They've actually come in here and done a workout with us before, and their place is phenomenal. So we've done, as a staff,
really
actually,
cool. Yeah, it was
we went
really
in there, did some cryotherapy. We've done their Normatec sleeves, where there's kind of insulated sleeves that pump air, and they kind of squeeze your arms, your legs, so it's like a great massage, and man, that helps in recovery. So they'll be on here doing some recovery services and things and showing and displaying their what they offer service-wise.
Yep.
And then we have one more.
Smoothie Factory. Who doesn't love food?
Yeah, so
We love food.
get your smoothie on.
Come
They're
work out,
brand
get your
new.
blood, and then get smoothies.
That's right.
I mean, come on. And then you maybe get some cryotherapy.
Bam.
I mean, maybe, and we have a DJ, so maybe we'll play some like yoga music while you're drinking your smoothie. And
And, make
got
you
your-
feel all good inside after we after we helped you have a great workout.
after we've done so much benefit to you.
Exactly. All right, so I just want to go over this real quick because this was just to make sure if you are one of our athletes, one of our gym goers, and you're going through test week, please make sure to register for your spot, and then make sure you're a few minutes early.
So what happens if you don't register?
If you don't register, you're going to get whatever is left.
So if a class has 6 in it, that means
You waiting.
you waiting. And if you have signed up for the second 30-minute period and there's no period, well, sorry.
Yep, you may be
You
by
gotta
yourself.
wait. Yep.
So make sure that you register for your spot. Make sure that you're a few minutes early. You want to be early. You do not want to be late for this because you won't have the time window. And so it is important. If there's any time to make sure you're early, it's this week, because the time domain in which we do for your warm-up and then start the workout is very, very strategic and very, very specific. So we want to make sure that you're there on time. And we will have, so if you looked in your SugarWatt account, we have all the videos that will be posted today for next week, for next week's test week. So if you have any questions beforehand, of course, we'll be there to help and explain.
I think this is also really one of our events that we have that really sets us apart from a lot of any other, that gives us our uniqueness, because a lot of other, it's important for us not only to see your progress, but it's important for you to see your progress. So ultimately, it's really good that everyone gets in here and treats it kind of like a test. And then even if you don't feel like testing, just come in and get a good workout.
Yeah, you will get a good one no matter what.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee.
Because everyone around you is going to be bringing the heat, so then you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go a little bit faster this time.
Yeah, the energy is pretty, what is that?
Hype.
Yeah, but what else? Like Dictionary, and I'm terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
The energy is contagious.
Oh yeah, it is.
There we go.
It is.
Energy is contagious. So you're around somebody who's hyped, you're gonna get hyped.
Yeah.
You're gonna get excited. You're gonna be ramped up. You're gonna want to push yourself.
Through the roof.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. We're super excited, guys, for test week. If you have questions, hit us up in the DMs, message us, carrier pigeon, any way possible.
What's carrier pigeon?
So, have you ever heard of carrier pigeons before?
No.
Okay, so what a carrier pigeon is it used to be a form of mailing before mail, essentially, or like in cohesion with mail. So they would put a message in a pigeon, and they send the pigeon off, and the pigeon would fly to the next place. It'd be the fastest route.
Who trains the pigeons?
The people, whoever have the
pigeon
pigeons.
trainers.
The pigeon trainers. The pigeon trainers train the pigeons to send the message to the next place. And so they would use them in their own towns to get messages quickly. So, because then before that, the fastest way to get one was a messenger, and a messenger would be on a horse, right? So the bird was faster than that, typically.
Yeah, because it could fly.
Exactly. So you would have a message sent, and they would hold on. They would be, okay, they got this message, you know, and
then you have to send it back?
Yeah, they'd send it back.
You mean there's no iMessage?
Exactly.
You mean you had to wait longer than 0.5 seconds?
Yeah. So just imagine that.
Yeah.
Or the time before something.
But actually, this is kind of a squirrel. Before
we're already squirreling. Go ahead.
My first phone wasn't an iPhone. My first phone was the ones where you can change the color on the screen, like it's like a case, like a phone.
Yeah.
And then it's like a plastic. It's like blue. I think I had like blue, red, and green.
Okay.
And I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling like green today. I'm like, hey, are you on your way to school? And also before, it was limited texting. It was not unlimited texting too.
Oh yeah. It's so good. I mean, at least
so
you got
like
a little
I'm not
got
that.
a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I feel you.
These days they're like, why don't you have FaceTime?
All right. Guys.
Sorry.
So, with that,
I hope you enjoyed our show.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed the show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next week we'll be back with another exciting show. Once again, thank you so much. Test week is going to be crazy. I don't even know what it is next week. That's what I just said. Exciting. You know what next week is?
No, but I do know in 2 weeks, Kadimah and I will be back. Oh, I think Casey and Jacob are on next week talking about shopping for food. Not quite sure.
Okay.
I don't know. And then the following week, Kadimah and I will be back on.
We will be back, and we're going to talk about cutting for the summer. It's a good time to start.
Yep.
It's a real good time
I'm
to
in the middle of a bulk. About a month and a half away from summer, and I'm in the biggest bulk that I've ever been in my life.
No big deal.
Y'all are awesome.
All right. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in.
That is Kadimah. I'm EQ, Emily. And we'll see you next week.
There you go.
Peace.
Later.